Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Business Energetics. Today, we're going to talk about a question or a topic that comes up a lot when you are starting a business, building from the beginning. So I really wanted to create content for those of you that are in that phase right now, especially if you're literally just barely starting out, or you're working with really limited funds, or like me, where you had literally no fucking funds. So I think a lot of people feel like their business success is limited by the amount of money that they have to invest. And I've worked with people that have invested quite a bit of money into their businesses, and then they're not getting that money back. And so they're super frustrated. They're really discouraged, and it leads to really big walls of limiting beliefs. And then I've also worked with people and been this person myself, where there's literally no money and you just feel like, it takes money to make money and all this. It's really bullshit. That's a limiting belief. And there can be truth in that, but it's not like a fact, right? And so it's two sides of the same coin, but if you feel limited by the amount of money that you have to invest in your business, you are not alone. We have all been there in one way, shape, or form. And the truth is, you don't need a big budget to get your business off the ground. And I know to some of you that might sound a little crazy, especially with all the noise out there telling us that we need to spend big money on everything from branding to ads, like right out the gate. But the reality is, bootstrapping your business in the early stages, I believe, actually makes you a better entrepreneur. It teaches you to be resourceful and focus on what really matters. The bootstrapping stage of starting my business was honestly one of the biggest gifts the universe ever gave me. I understood Pinterest. I understood how to code. I understood marketing. I had to learn everything myself. And so in the future, when I would hire someone to help me with something or delegate, I really understood it better. And it was a lot harder to trick me or bullshit me, or, I knew how much time things would take. I knew the basics. I knew how to describe what I wanted. I cannot get comfortable today. So if you're watching the video, I'm really sorry. I'm moving around like crazy. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about how exactly you can bootstrap your way to your first six-figure mark, or even beyond, honestly. I'm going to share some lessons that I've learned along the way, and we're just going to dive in. So, okay, first off, let's get back to the myth that we want to bust, that you need to spend a bunch of money to start and grow a business, that you have to spend money to make money. You do not. You absolutely do not. And I am saying that with my whole chest, fully believing it, and also being walking, living, breathing proof of the opposite. That you do not. I actually feel like having less, like I said, forces you to get creative. And that can be one of the biggest blessings in disguise. It turns into your gift and your superpower, even though it's really hard in the beginning when you're in it. And when you're bootstrapping, you learn to focus on what really moves the needle forward. You don't have time or money to waste on things that do not directly lead to growth, to money, to moving forward in your business. And I have seen this play out in my own business, and I'm sure many of you have too, or maybe not yet, but it feels really good to believe that that is how it can be, because it is. In the early stages, I didn't have the luxury of outsourcing everything or investing in fancy platforms and tools. But what I did have was grit, determination, and a willingness to figure things out. And those three things got me so much further than a big budget would have, because it taught me the art of being scrappy and smart with my resources, and forced me to learn a little bit of everything in my business, making me a solopreneur for about a year before I hired Kenna, who is in charge of customer service. So let's talk about creative ways to fund your business for when you do need to invest in something. Because yes, sometimes you want to work with a coach, or you need to invest in a little bit of a platform or something like, Flowdesk or whatever, an email sending platform. So the truth is, when you do need a little cash, you actually have more options than you realize. And I think that the key here is getting really creative. So number one, start with what you have. It seems obvious, but start where you are, start with what you've got. Sell unused items around the house, offer a service on the side, hone your skills if you're a coach, and like take clients for, you know, on the side and like really low prices so that you can fund like your platforms. You could take freelance gigs to fund, you know, things that you need to buy for your business. And then the other one is barter and trade. I feel like this seems like something that's like, I don't know, I feel like people get the vibes that it's like embarrassing or something, but I remember seeing this in the tattoo world. My tattoo artist, when I was first starting my business, would just always barter and trade for like everything, like to do tattoos. And it got me thinking, because I was at that beginning stage of my business, like I wonder if I could barter and trade for the things that I need, like VA work or help understanding something. And so I would barter and trade. I only did it like a handful of times, but I would barter and trade my decluttering services for somebody to teach me how to do something on the computer. Or I didn't really want them to do it for me. I actually really liked learning. So I would usually barter like my skills and like help them, or, you know, their partners with their home and making things clear and feeling way better. And then they would give me their time and teach me how to do a skill that I needed for my business. So maybe you're really great at social media, but you need a landing page, like a web page. So maybe you find someone who's really great at web design and see if they'd be willing to do a trade. You do their social media for 3 weeks, they build a page for you. You both get what you need without spending a dime. Another thing is pre-sell your product or service. This one is so golden because it's not only going to generate income for you before you've even launched, but it's also going to help you get market research for refining your messaging around your product and creating like a beta version that's going to deeply serve you in the future of your business. So create like a soft launch of your product or your service, offer a pre-sale to, you know, whatever audience you have, and use that money to fund the full launch or to get, you know, platforms that you need. You can even beta launch a program that does not exist at all. You just need to have the concept and the name, and you can even change the name later, but launch it and then record it live with people. You can literally just do this for free on YouTube live and then save the recordings, and that becomes your course, your program. I do this all the time just because it's how I like to create programs. And that's why I love the Collective and CEO Club, because that's how I'm creating my courses now. I'm just go live with the community, and then they have the replays as programs broken up into topics in the membership for as long as they're paying for being a member. And then the other thing that I want to say with like bootstrapping is the University of Google. University of Google is where I learned to do literally everything in my business. It helped me learn to code. And there was no Chat GPT at this time because it was like 2015 and 16 when I was starting. And before that, I was blogging since like 2011, 2010, something like that. Yeah. I think it was like November 2010. I started blogging. And so there was nothing like that, but there was Google, and I Googled everything: how to code, how to make better images for your website, how to increase the pixel level of images, like stupid shit that is like so obvious to me now, but I just did not know. Like I literally Googled every single thing all the time. And that brings me to my last suggestion. Do you realize how much money you can make with Chat GPT? And do you realize how much you can learn with Chat GPT? Like, first of all, let me just say, I made you a freebie that goes with this episode. Okay, it's totally free. You can get it at alexhauser.com/BE links. BE for business energetics. BE links. It's like the best prompts to make Chat GPT your business growth bestie. It's literally like, I'm so good at Chat GPT. I love it. I love AI. I love talking about it. I've created 2 programs that are in the memberships about this, and I'm obsessed. I'm not stopping anytime soon. I'm so unhinged with Chat GPT. It is amazing and magic and so helpful and such a time saver. But not only can you use to create certain prompts to get it to help you grow your business, you can also use it to make money. You can use it to create like Google Docs that you sell access to, where it's like helpful things for people that are in your niche. Like if you're a business coach, you could say, 10 ways to use social media to grow your business and sell it for like $3 and put it everywhere. Put it on your website, you can put it on Etsy, like, and you just deliver it via email. Like you can literally make any digital product. And that's like a lame random example, but you can make workbooks. You can make, so people are starting businesses where they're using ChatGPT and like Canva, and they're creating digital products and selling them on like Shopify and all kinds of places. Like there's just literally so many options. You can maybe like create a side hustle and start that and just generate some cash while you hone in your coaching skills, develop your services, your programs, like build up a brand on social media, but you have cash coming in right away. Okay. Now, when you're bootstrapping, this is a really important piece of this, where to invest and where not to invest in the early stages, because there's a lot of misconceptions. And I'm going to tell you, in my experience, this is like the ultimate list of do's and don'ts. So if you do have limited funds, where should you be investing it? And more importantly, where shouldn't you be? So where to invest? First, your landing page and your email list. These are two things that you own. Social media can change overnight, but it's free. And it's always going to be there. But your landing page and your email list are yours to control. So even if it's simple at first, invest in a professional looking web page and start building that email list from day one. Okay. You do not need a website. More on that in a second. You do need a landing page, a web page, just with like the basic information of people need to know, where they can get a lead magnet from you and get on your email list, read a little bit about you and what you're here to do for them. Okay. And you don't even need to invest in this. Investing in this might look like hiring someone if you can, but it also might look like just paying the $19 or whatever it is for a Squarespace and using the one page and creating your landing page, $19 a month. Okay. And then, your email list. So paying for a platform, I always highly recommend Flowdesk. If you want a discount, you can go into CEO Club and go at the bottom of the menu, and there's links, and there's a Flowdesk affiliate link, and it gives you a discount. There's actually discounts for like all the platforms that I use if you're a member. If you're not a member, get your butt over there, because I'm going to be your business coach and it's going to be amazing. And you can go to the website and just click CEO Club. The other thing that you want to invest in is your education, your mind. Invest in learning the skills you need to run your business well. Marketing, sales, finances, your knowledge is one of your most valuable assets. It's your knowledge, and your energy is like the most valuable assets that you have. So we want to be investing there, not in branding, not in like picking a color palette, not in even marketing and like having someone help you with things. No, you want to invest in learning these things. You need to invest in shifting your energy, reprogramming your mind so that you are able to receive the success you're consciously working so hard to create, and that you're learning how the strategy and practical side of running your business as well. Okay. Again, if this feels right to you, get your ass into CEO Club, because we have all of this: energetics, mindset, reprogramming, marketing, sales, everything, emails, social, literally everything in one place. And it's $99 a month. Invest in something like that that's going to help you, and you're focusing on yourself. You're the golden goose in your business. You need to invest in you always, but that should be something you invest in from the get-go. And what not to invest in yet. Again, I mentioned this already, but a website. You do not need a full website. You don't need a website with a podcast page and a blog and all of these things. You don't need it. You just need a landing page. The other thing you don't need to invest in is expensive branding. Now, I understand fully how important branding is, and I actually really enjoy branding, and I've shifted my brand as I've evolved, but you don't need to drop thousands on logos and branding packages, or even drop a bunch of time searching and sifting for your brand. Like literally just pick a color, pick a font, and call it a day. You can change it later. Focus on delivering value first. Focus on delivering value and serving and getting people to be fans. The other thing you don't need to invest in yet is paid ads. Now, I love paid ads. I've used them in the past, but in the early stages, you need to focus on organic growth. Paid ads are amazing once you've nailed down your messaging and you know what converts organically. But at the beginning, your time and your energy are honestly better spent on building relationships and creating solid content. If your shit's not good, it's not going to work in ads and you're just going to be wasting money. You want to invest in ads once you know what hits, what lands with people, what works well, how to communicate, and you're really honed in on how you communicate in your niche. Okay, now this next section is for those of you who are balancing a side hustle while you're also working a full-time job and you don't want your side hustle to be a side hustle anymore. You want it to be your full-time thing. Girl, I see you. I know how hard that can be. I really think the key here is to work smarter, not harder. As annoying and cliche as that is, it's true. So here's how to balance this time of your life without burnout. Number one, we need to get super basic here. None of this is going to be mind-blowing, but it's also probably not going to be things that you're doing, like really doing. Things that you know, but not things you're acting on. Number one, you need to prioritize your time. Okay. Get really super clear on what needs to be done every week and schedule your business hours accordingly. So maybe you work on your business in the mornings before your 9 to 5. Like maybe it's your 5 to 9 before your 9 to 5, or maybe it's your 5 to 9 in the evenings after your 9 to 5, or maybe it's your 8 to 11 after the kids go to bed. The point is, treat it like a business, even if it's still a side hustle, and you're going to get business results. And not every business needs an 8-hour day. I don't work an 8-hour day in my business. I would throw up if I had to do that. I've worked 19-hour days and that burned me the fuck out. But it is a valid business if you're setting aside certain amounts of time for it during the week. And that is valid because it is. And you get to view it that way. Number two, automate whenever you can. So maybe it's scheduling social media posts or setting up email sequences or writing all your emails for the month on a Saturday morning and then scheduling them. Automation is going to save you a ton of time and energy. You're already doing this work. You might as well do it a little bit ahead of time and let it serve you better. Number three, focus on the high impact tasks. So when time is super limited, it really becomes 100% about focusing on what moves the needle forward in your business the most. So don't get distracted by things that aren't going to bring results now. Focus on money generating, business set-upping tasks that have to happen. And no, not everything has to happen. Really make yourself choose. Okay. Let's talk about mentorship. So at some point in your business or personal growth, that journey of just being a person and being a empowered, growth-minded person, and then also being an entrepreneur, you're gonna want guidance from someone who's been where you are and that's achieved what you desire, someone that you want to emulate. But how do you know when it's time to make the investment? I hear from so many of my audience members that they're just like waiting for this, waiting for that. And that's fine. You wait as long as you want. But is waiting getting you where you want to go? What's more important to you? Money that can come right back to you, or not staying stuck and feeling like you're having a breakthrough and you know exactly what to do to make that money back? So if you're feeling stuck, if you feel overwhelmed, or you feel like you've hit a ceiling, whether it's in your business, your confidence, or the way you show up in your daily life, it is 100% time to consider a mindset shift through mentorship. Working with the right guide is not about getting advice at all. It's about breaking through your own limitations because you truly do know what to do and you are the problem and the solution. You're keeping yourself stuck. And it's about reprogramming beliefs that no longer serve you. A good coach is going to be a guide, and they're going to use techniques to help you rewire so that you are shifted at a identity level and you're not relying on willpower and motivation, because those things don't last. This work goes deep, okay? If you want to work with me, please know I would love to have you. We are going to identify the hidden patterns that are holding you back. So the reasons why you can never seem to make money, the reasons why when you make it, you spend it, it goes away. You manifest, a random bill or invoice. We're going to go through rewiring your thought processes, empowering you to move forward with clarity and confidence. And we're going to give you the tools to make lasting, real change. The results are going to be less stress, less overwhelm, more ease, more flow, and a life and business that aligns with your highest potential. Okay. So either way, you need to have investment in your knowledge and your wisdom and someone to guide you, and mentorship when you feel like I just need to do she's right, I just need to do it. Then do it. Put your money there, because that's going to save you so much time and effort and headache than having like, oh, well, I paid for someone to do my branding. Like, don't pay for someone to do your fucking branding. Pay for somebody to rewire your mind so that you can receive large amounts of money, and then pay for someone to do your branding when it's not a stressor and it's not an option. It's just like, of course I can pay for someone to do this. Okay. All right, my loves, we have covered a lot today. Before you go, please remember, you are not meant to do this alone. Surround yourself in an environment of other entrepreneurs. Okay. Get into CEO Club. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you found this episode valuable, please help my new little podcast and leave a review. It means the world to me. Don't forget to go get your freebie, the best prompts to make ChatGPT your business growth bestie. You can get that at allycasazza.com/BE links. It's totally free, something I made to support you. I love you, and I'll see you next time.